Alright guys, what is up? Welcome back to Minecraft with Lone Debater 7, and today we're going to be taking a look at practical applications of AND and OR gates to build doors and traps. So this looks like it's fairly complicated, and I promise you it's not that complicated. Basically what we've done here is we've built a combo locked door with pistons here. And back there. I have it in two spots just for fun. And then we also have traps encoded if you flip a incorrect lever while inputting the code. That way, you could apply this to server play, because typically speaking, the servers are going to have anything placed by a player protected, so others can't break it. So if you have a solid block here like that, they won't be able to enter your base unless they know the password. And if they mess up, they'll fall into a trap and die. So with that being said, let's kind of take a look and see what we've done here. So there's 5 inputs, but only 3 of the inputs, when entered all at the same time, will unlock the door. So for example, like let's say you just came up, saw this cool thing, and you're like, oh, awesome, I want to open this up. Pretend that you've hidden all this redstone behind walls and stuff, which isn't too difficult to do. I just didn't do it because I want to be able to show you how the circuitry works. So you come up here, a lot of people, they'll see 5, so they'll think, oh, I'll try the center one first. Well, that's an incorrect lever, and you just fell to your death in a trap. Obviously, you would want to try and keep your redstone out of the drop zone where your trap is going to be laid. That way they can fall into lava or whatever. If you do it this way, you can still trap them. I would just need to mirror this setup down here up above to release sand to enclose them, or encase them, so basically you can suffocate them to death. So that's a wrong lever, we know that now, but we're still trying to crack the code to open the door. So we try the next one to the left. The trap doesn't open, so cool, we got 1 lever correct. Then we're going to try going 1 out and do the right, and that opens the trap as well. That's fine. Oh, why didn't that one open? What the hell? Is there not enough? No, it's inputting. Huh. That's really strange. Because it says it's off, too. Did this block just not update? Here, let's try this. Let me toggle that switch, because all of these should be opening. Like you saw it work with the first one. I'm not sure why it didn't on the second. Huh. Weird. Okay, well, obviously something's jacked with this piston. I think it's just timed out or something, but that's fine. So we know these 2 don't work, so there's only 3 levers. That one didn't open a trap, and that one didn't open a trap, but opened the door. So you input the right combo, you can go in, enter the base, yada yada. That's a trap over there as well, so if I flip one of these levers, it will open up the floor. And basically you would have lava down there or something, so, they fall to their death. That's kind of the idea. You can just dig a giant pit as well, and, I believe it is 15 blocks you can fall before you die if you're not wearing armor, but anyway, so that is basically how this combo lock works. 5 input, 3 to open the door, and you can change that. You can set it so, 4 out of the 5 open the door, or only 2 out of the 5 open the door, or something like that, and you can always add more inputs to this to make it more complex and harder to crack the code. I'm sure there is a way to make it so, if you only have one input like this turned on, it'll trigger the trap if you wait too long. I'm just not sophisticated enough to be able to build it yet. We might come back to this once I kind of learn a little bit more about redstone. Anyway, let's take a look at the guts of the system that makes this all work. So as you can guess, there's probably an AND gate involved as well as an OR gate, just based off of what the inputs do. We're going to talk about this in digital electronic speak or binary talk. So all these inputs are currently at state 0. If I flip the lever, it goes to state 1. So basically, in order to get the 1 on the output, or to open the door, we'll just call that 1, you need to have inputs 1, 2, and 5 as 1. If you have inputs 3 and 4 as 1, it will trigger the trap. So that utilizes an OR gate. But let's take a look and see how you would kind of construct this. So as you can see, I've got these two inputs, 1 and 2, going into a basic AND gate, and then, well, the AND gate ends here, basically. If I take this block off, it's an AND gate. Anyway, so when both of those two are lit, this output becomes lit, and then I take this output and put it into a second AND gate with the third input. And basically from there, I have it just travel along through a repeater and then go in. And this is actually a NAND gate, so it's always outputting a signal unless all 3 inputs are turned on. That will turn on, like if this input's turned on, this torch will turn off. If this output is turned on by turning on those 2 inputs, this torch will turn off, changing this so it'll turn off the power to the pistons and open the door. So pretty easy to set up, all things considered. You know, on this, like obviously you would want to hide this, so you would probably drop this underground. Like if you were to take these levers, like I'll just show you over here. So redstone torches are kind of interesting to use. I believe this is going to work though. So if I put a torch here and I put a lever on this block, and maybe not. I forget. So like that? Yeah. So if I was to have our levers connected to a torch like that, we can use that to basically control the input. It will flip the default state of everything, but then you could hide the blocks a little bit better because you could have this one empty and just put a brick on top, so you wouldn't be able to see anything but the levers. However, in order to make that kind of input system work for this, we would have to add a NOT gate either at this point here or for each of the inputs, so when you turn the lever on to state 1, it's actually outputting a state 1 across the input line. Anyway, so that's the AND and NAND gate used to control opening the doors. If we want to take a look at the traps, we actually go underneath because I needed the space to lay out all the redstone. And let's kind of just check it out. So I don't think I can get in there without making a mess, but I'm gonna try so we can show you. So this part of the trap is a lot simpler because it's only 2 pistons controlling these 2 blocks here. Basically what I have are the 2 inputs 3 and 4. If either one of them is inputting 1, it will pass through into this OR gate, flip this, go through this NOT gate, so the OR gate ends here, and it will deactivate these torches, deactivating the pistons, triggering your trap. What I did in order to move it back over here is I essentially powered or broke off on the stair steps down to come around the back end here, put it through an OR gate. This is the OR gate here, or I guess it's technically a NOR gate at this point. It goes through a NOT, turning it into a regular OR gate, and then I've got these 2 pistons on either side controlled by this NOR gate, or this NOT gate, or OR gate, whatever. And then I also pull from this down here into this line and work around the back end of the pistons to control 1 and 3 on either side. Now the reason why I did this as opposed to just putting, you know, 4 redstone along like this is if the block breaks like that, I'll just throw a lever down just to show you, it won't actually trigger the pistons. It actually has to go directly into the block in order to affect the redstone torch state. So that's kind of how that is set up. So we use a OR gate, or a NOR gate, I guess, because these are all active, to control the trap aspect, and then we use an AND and a NAND gate in order to control the door opening mechanism. So I hope that was helpful as far as, you know, how to construct something like this. It will take you a little bit of time, especially if you're going to disguise things, but it is manageable without too much hassle. With that being said, this has been our episode covering the use of AND, NAND, and OR gates in order to build a combination door lock with a trapping mechanism attached. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to like, comment, subscribe as always, and until next time, this has been Lone Debater 7, and we will see ya.